You wake up every day and think you are making choices, but most of what you do is nothing more than a program already written inside you. From the moment you open your eyes, your body remembers what it always does. The same movements, the same routines, the same thoughts playing on a loop. You think you are living a life, but in reality, you are replaying yesterday again. The human brain loves efficiency, and efficiency means turning behaviors into habits so that you don't have to waste energy deciding. At first, you choose what to do, but repeat it long enough and the choice disappears. It simply becomes what you are. Your past is louder than you think. Long before you made your own choices, you inherited programs from others. Your parents didn't just give you their hair color or their smile, they gave you their fears, their insecurities, their unresolved wounds. From birth until about 7 years old, your brain was like a recorder, capturing everything without filter. Every argument in the house, every cold silence, every word of encouragement or neglect, your nervous system absorbed it. Those early impressions became your operating system. You don't realize it, but the way you love, the way you handle money, the way you argue, all of it was shaped before you could even spell your name. You are not only living your life, you are living your childhood over and over again, projected onto the people and situations around you. You tell yourself you're original, unique, and individual, making independent decisions. But look closer. You speak with the vocabulary you were given. You copy the mannerisms of the people you spend time with. You adopt the beliefs of the culture you were raised in. Humans are wired with mirror neurons that force them to imitate. Spend long enough around a certain group, and you begin to breathe like them, laugh like them, even worry like them. Your opinions feel like yours, but in truth, you caught them like a cold. When an authority figure says something, you tend to accept it automatically. That programming never ended. It just moved from your teachers to your bosses, from the television to your phone screen. The environment around you is constantly sculpting who you are. And then comes the most invisible trap, the biases in your mind. The brain doesn't want the truth, it wants consistency. Once you believe something, you filter out everything that disagrees. That is why, after buying a car, you suddenly see it everywhere. It was always there, but now your attention is tuned to it. The same thing happens with your worldview. Once you form a first impression, it takes years of evidence to shake it, and most of the time, you never do. Your mind works like a lawyer who already knows the verdict, but still builds an argument to defend it. You don't think to discover truth, you think to confirm what you already believe. Technology has learned to exploit these patterns better than you can resist them. Look at your phone. Every notification, every little red dot, every like has been engineered to hijack your brain's reward system. It's a slot machine in your pocket, and you pull the lever hundreds of times a day. You are not simply using your device, the device is using you. Algorithms know your habits better than your closest friends. They know which words make you stop scrolling, which emotions make you stay longer, which topics will make you angry enough to comment. They build a mirror of your insecurities and feed them back to you, not to help you grow, but to keep you hooked. You think you are seeing reality through your feed, but in truth, you are trapped inside a bubble carefully designed to keep you staring at the screen. Language shapes you more than you notice. You cannot think thoughts you don't have words for. Your vocabulary defines the border of your mental world. Most people use only a few thousand words in daily life, and those words lock them into repeating the same thoughts. Other languages hold concepts that you cannot even imagine, because your own tongue does not provide the words. Your inner voice, that constant narration inside your head, doesn't create new ideas, it recycles patterns you absorbed as a child. The questions you ask yourself guide the shape of your existence. Ask, why am I such a failure? And your brain will collect evidence to prove it. Ask, what can I learn from this? And your brain will find different evidence. The story of your life is not written by what happens, but by the language you use to interpret it. Even your biology conspires against you. The human system was designed for a world of danger and scarcity. 10,000 years ago, survival meant noticing threats and staying with the tribe. Today, the same wiring makes you panic over emails, social rejection, or the possibility of fewer likes on your posts. The body responds to a text message with the same hormonal cascade once reserved for predators in the wild. Status, once a matter of life and death, now shows up as anxiety over promotions, followers, or brand names. You think you are making rational choices, but behind the scenes, your biology pushes you like a puppet. You defend your favorite phone or your political side as if your survival depends on it, because deep in your nervous system, it feels like it does. Time, too, tricks you. Your brain prefers immediate rewards, even if waiting would double the benefit. You eat the pizza now, skip the gym, stay awake late into the night, all because future you feels like a stranger. Every time you procrastinate, you push the pain onto that stranger, forgetting that that stranger is still you. Your memories are not reliable either. Each time you recall them, you rewrite them a little, until much of what you think happened is only a story your current self invented. You expect your future self to be disciplined, motivated, a completely new version of you. Yet tomorrow, when the alarm rings, you will meet the same patterns again. And here's the most ironic part. Even when you learn about these patterns, you still run them. Knowing does not equal changing. You can study every bias, every habit loop, every trick of attention, and still fall for them the next day. It's like learning the secret of a magic trick yet still being fooled when the magician performs it again. Awareness alone doesn't free you, but it does give you a crack in the system. Once you see a pattern, you cannot fully unsee it. You may catch yourself mid-action, notice the thought before it drags you, or realize the impulse before it turns into behavior. That tiny moment of noticing is the beginning of freedom. Change doesn't come from controlling everything at once. It comes from catching one loop at a time. You may not stop reaching for your phone, but you can notice your hand moving. You may not silence the anxious thought, but you can watch it rise and fall. You may not stop a habit instantly, but you can observe the trigger. This act of observation creates space, and in that space, a different choice can sometimes appear. Rearranging your environment, even in small ways, shifts your behavior more than willpower ever could. Move your phone out of reach, and you will check it less. Take a different route home, and your thoughts will change. Tiny adjustments to triggers rewrite the code of your daily life. The secret is not to fight the programs, but to notice them. When you notice, you plant seeds of new patterns. The brain, once it sees a possibility, begins to carve new pathways. You will still act automatically most of the time. 99% of your life will still run on the old software. But that 1% that notices, that observes, that becomes aware is enough, because awareness is contagious. It spreads into the spaces where you used to be blind. That single percent can grow until you have habits of catching habits, patterns of noticing patterns. And when that happens, even your automatic behaviors start working for you instead of against you. You are, right now, mostly a collection of programs, habits from your past, influences from your surroundings, patterns from your biology. But you are also the awareness that can notice them. That awareness is small, fragile, easy to ignore, but it is the only place where change begins. You don't need to escape the programming. You need to learn to dance with it, to catch it in the act, to stretch the space between impulse and response. That space is where choice lives. That space is where the possibility of becoming someone new waits. And if you keep returning to that space again and again, perhaps that is the closest thing to true freedom a human being can ever know.